Have you ever wondered why you react a certain way, even when you don't understand why? Carl Jung believed that childhood traumas shape our adult behavior, influencing our emotions and decisions. These traumas can create internal archetypes like the wounded hero or the jester that impact our everyday lives. Recognizing and working with our inner self is essential to understanding and overcoming these patterns. But before we dive in, if this kind of content resonates with you, take a second to subscribe to the channel right now. Not only does it help the algorithm, but it also helps you go deeper into this fascinating world of human behavior. Trust me, this click costs way less than therapy. Now, let's get to the heart of it. You've probably found yourself thinking, why am I like this? Why do I act this way, sabotage myself, or feel afraid of things I can't even explain? And the answer isn't in your horoscope. It's not the moon phase either. According to Carl Gustav Jung, it goes much deeper, back to your childhood. More specifically, to the traumas you lived through or the ones you tried to forget. Picture this, a 5-year-old child, just playing, laughing, living in the moment. Then suddenly they make a mistake. Maybe they break a glass. The father gets angry, yells, tells them to shut up. Stop crying, boys don't cry. Or the mother says coldly, you're too much work, why can't you be more like your brother? Seems small, right? Just a bad day. But the child stores that, not in words but in feelings, fear, shame, guilt, and that becomes an invisible wound, an emotional ghost. Time passes, the child grows up, becomes a teenager, then an adult, learns to wear a mask, to smile in public, to move on. But Jung reminds us, it wasn't resolved, it was repressed, buried deep in the unconscious, just waiting for the next opportunity to surface. And oh, it does, in your struggle to say no, in the panic you feel when facing rejection, in the way you sabotage yourself every time you're close to something good. You might not remember the trauma, but the trauma remembers you. Jung called these complexes, clusters of repressed memories and emotions living in the unconscious, silently guiding our actions, like an annoying boss who runs everything but never shows up at the office. The wild part is, these complexes aren't trying to destroy you. They want to be seen, they want to be understood, and when we ignore them, they just scream louder. Maybe you've asked yourself, why do I always fall for people who treat me badly? Or, why am I so terrified of messing up, even when no one's watching? The answer, many times, lies in that unresolved past. Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. That's why the question, why am I like this today, is much deeper than it seems. Because you're not just the product of what you've lived. You're also the product of what you've tried to forget. For Jung, childhood is the cradle of our personal archetypes. Each experience shapes a part of yourself, like pieces of a puzzle you didn't even know you were putting together. Some people develop the hero, the one who feels they must save everyone to be worthy of love. Others become the jester, always making jokes to hide the fear of being vulnerable, because one day when they tried to open up, someone laughed at them. Then there's the wounded orphan, the one always waiting to be rescued, but who ends up sabotaging any relationship that could actually help, because deep down they learned that trusting is dangerous. But don't get it twisted, this isn't about labeling, it's a map, a way to understand the inner labyrinth we all carry. And it's not meant to scare you. Quite the opposite. The beauty in all of this is that once you understand where these patterns come from, you can break the cycle. You can finally take the wheel of your own life. But that takes something not everyone's ready for. Looking within. Laying your head on the pillow and, instead of escaping into TikTok, asking yourself, what am I trying not to feel right now? Is it uncomfortable? Hell yeah. But it's also freeing. And no, it's not a quick journey. You're not going to fix 20 years of trauma by watching 2 YouTube videos, but you can start today. You can start by identifying those patterns. So ask yourself, what fear is paralyzing you right now? Fear of not being enough? Fear of being abandoned? Fear of being yourself? Now try pulling on that thread. Where did you learn you weren't good enough? Who made you feel like you didn't deserve love unless you were perfect? That kind of reflection is the first step of the process Jung called individuation, the path to becoming who you truly are without the masks, without the inherited fears, without needing to please others just to feel worthy. And here's the craziest part. Most people think this journey is about fixing themselves, but it's not. It's about integration, accepting that you have both light and shadow within you, that you're made of strength and vulnerability. That trauma doesn't define you, but it also doesn't just disappear because you ignore it. Facing your shadow, that dark side Jung talked about, is one of the bravest things you can do, because if you don't face it, it controls you. But when you do, it becomes part of your strength. Want a simple example? That anger you try so hard to hide, it might be the exact strength you need to set boundaries. Your anxiety, maybe it's the same sensitivity that, when channeled right, makes you more empathetic, more human. There is nothing in you that's garbage, not even the parts you wish you could erase. Now, all of this might sound beautiful in theory, but in practice, you'll resist. You'll try to distract yourself. You'll say you're fine. You'll laugh, when what you really want is to cry. And that's okay too. This path is not linear. Sometimes you'll take 3 steps forward, 5 steps back, but you'll keep going because deep down there's a part of you that already gets all of this. It's just waiting for you to quiet the world enough to hear it. So next time you catch yourself asking, why am I like this? Try changing the question. Try asking, what haven't I understood about myself yet? Maybe the answer will come, maybe it won't. But just asking means you've already started the process. And if I could give you one piece of advice, not a guru thing, just real talk, it's this: be kind to yourself. If your childhood was marked by trauma, remember, just the fact that you're here, listening to this, means you've already overcome a lot. Some people never even start looking inward. You're doing that right now, and to wrap it up, look, if this video touched something in you, don't run. Sit with that discomfort for a moment. Maybe it's trying to show you something important, but then come back. Because in the next videos, we're going to keep digging into these layers of the unconscious and naming the monsters under the bed. And if you want to keep going on this journey with me, you already know. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and share this with someone else who's always asking, why am I like this? Because deep down, we're all trying to figure out the same thing. And maybe, just maybe, the answer is a lot closer than it seems.